tell us, ma'am, if visiting clinics such as Clara International, is that beneficial for our athletes?
Yes, of course. We also have different facial treatments for athletes, especially those who are very active, always under the sun. And then we have also the regular facial treatments for all skin types.
So how often should athletes visit your clinic?
I recommend usually, if they are always under the sun, twice in a month. But if they don't have any skin problems like acne, then they can visit at least once a month.
Okay, ma'am. I'm sure you've had clients who are athletes.
Yeah.
So what are usually the problems that you see on their skin?
The number one skin problems that we usually encounter here is sunburn, hyperpigmentation, melasma, and of course there are also some cases of acne.
And so how can you treat that here at Clara International?
First of all, for the sunblock, for the too much sun exposure, I recommend sunblock, sunscreen, at least minimum of 80 and a maximum of 100 SPF. That's the maximum. And then we usually recommend, of course, aloe vera gel for sun exposure, sunburn, for the redness, itchiness, and this is all natural. It contains aloe vera.
And what are your other products that can be designed for athletes for the regimen?
I recommend usually for all skin types, whether they are normal, oily, or combination, this cleanser for the face and neck as well. And then we also have this wash, gentle wash for sensitive skin. And then also we have this cream, the LH cream. This is good for the those athletes which are older than 40s, older than 50s, and they are prone to dryness of the skin. And of course, we also have this LD cream, also for moisturizing.
So, Dr. Hoya, we know na here in the Philippines, the dermatology sector is medyo kinakatakutan yan, especially ng mga athletes na they didn't grow up with derma clinics. Can you tell us about your services and kung nakakatakot ba talaga to, like, sa consultation pa lang of your
Para
skin?
naman dentist, hindi naman kami nakakatakot. But anyway, so for the regular, we have the regular facial treatment like your diamond peel, deep diamond peel, and which is very minimal. It's not invasive, and that is good for the removal of the dead cells, no? And at the same time for blackheads and whiteheads. So anybody can have blackheads. Kahit ako, nagkaka-blackheads, whiteheads. So it's a lifestyle. And most especially if you're very active, so the athletes, they have active hormones, the androgens are always up. So therefore, they are prone to blackheads, whiteheads, and later on, they can also have acne, pimples.
So, are there dangers, ma'am, of not taking care of your skin while you're being exposed to these elements like the sun and the wind, especially for our athletes? Are there dangers that they face if they don't treat these things?
Yes, number one is all of these oxidants. They can damage the skin, not abruptly, but progressively. And you will not notice it until the aging starts or the damage starts. Usually, the skin age every second, every minute. But you can see it visibly every 2 years, nagbabago ang tao. So, there's no permanent. So, the only way is, sabi nga nila, an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. Therefore, what we have to do, just like going parlor, going to your nails, for the skin, we should have our lifestyle. We should have a regular visit, like the dentist. We have prophylaxis every 6 months. So, just the same with the skincare, we also need to go to our favorite, trusted skincare clinics for the regular facial cleaning, and we can also address the problems.
Mhm.
There are problems we can see.
So it's not just really a luxury, it's also necessary to be taking care of your skin.
It's not vanity, it's not luxury, but it's a necessity, especially nowadays. We are exposed to all kinds of pollutants, and of course, stress factor. Yeah. And for the athletes, of course, we keep on telling the athletes that they should always have a regular facial skincare, especially if they are always active and the hormones are up and above. You know, the number one cause of pimples and acne is hormonal androgen.
Okay, so do we have any new procedures and new technology that can be fit for the athlete's lifestyle?
Number one, we have actually it's no longer that latest, but we have treatments for the melasma and for the pigmentation. Not only for the melasma, if they are beginning hyperpigmentations and blemishes of the skin, we have Photona, which is the NDF, which is laser. It's non-surgical, it's non-invasive, and non-invasive procedure, and at the same time, it's light-based, and will take care not only the skin tone, but as well as the underneath the skin to prevent all those damages. Like number one is your wrinkles. Okay. For the sweatox, we have botulinum toxin. As we all know, botulinum toxin is not only for the wrinkles, but we have a special treatment for the athletes who have excessive sweating to prevent, masamang amoy.
So
They
this
call
is
it
sweating through the underarms.
underarms. So it's safe and it's FDA approved. Since 2004, it was already approved for underarms. And Sweatox is botulinum toxin injected on the underarms through your skin. So intralesional. Sa balat lang to, and it's not painful.
How many procedures does it take, ma'am, for the sweating?
Usually, I first do before the procedure, the injection, I'll do the iodine test. And to check if there is the important parts where there is more excessive sweating. And then after that, I assess if how many units usually I can inject to the patient. Now this procedure is painless. We apply topical anesthesia, and at the same time it can last for between 4 to 6 months. Between 4 to 6 months, we can reassess the patient, and the skin test, what I mean is the iodine test is for free. The sweat test is for free. So we can assess how many units. Then, as we go along the procedure, every 4 to 6 months, nalilesen siya, lesser na rin yung number of units that I usually inject to the patients.
Thank you, ma'am. Can you invite everyone else to visit Clara International, especially our athletes?
Okay, not only for the active athletes, also for those athletes who are very interested in all types of activities like the gym. So we are all inviting you here at Clara International. We have 2 branches. We have here in Quezon Avenue and another one in Green Hills. We invite you to have your regular facial treatment as well as body treatments. We also have body treatments that are really catered and designed for athletes.
Do you have a website where they can check out your procedures? And the
Yeah, you can
features?
Google it, Clara International. Okay, Philippines.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much.